Hey guys, today I'm going to show you 4 different types of roots that you can grow from the grocery store. Literally just go buy them, put them in the ground and grow them. So I'm going to show you how to do that and what roots you can grow. Alright, so this is what a ginger root looks like. And when you buy, I like to buy stuff from Aldi because it's not messed with as much as other places. But here you can see these little whitish, light colored bulbs starting to form. And these will actually turn into the plant, which right here we have a ginger plant. And I took like a smaller piece about this size right here, and I just buried it in this soil and it began to grow. And so you want to make sure it's got these little bulbs starting to protrude, and that's how you will know that it is a viable root. Another important thing to know is that this plant comes from the tropics, and so it is not super cold tolerant. So you could put it in a pot like I've got this one, and if you live in a colder climate, you can bring it inside, or you could plant it close to the house, and that will help keep the frost off if you live in a milder climate like I do here in Florida. And so over time, you're going to get something that looks like this. This is not quite a full grown. It can become quite a bit bushier than this, but this is mature. I could chop this in half and pull out some ginger out of here, but I'm gonna let it get really big before I start harvesting ginger from this bush. But this is what it'll look like, and in the meantime you can strip these leaves off and make a really nice ginger tea with the leaves. Alright, this next root is so common and it's so easy to grow. It blows my mind that not every house in the world, or at least in a temperate or tropical climate, is growing that, and this is sweet potatoes. Gosh, they're easy. So here's what I do. I go to the store. They usually come in a whole bag of them, and I get a bag with a bunch of small ones, and I plant all those small ones, and I just bury them in the yard. I don't care about the soil, none of that. Just bury them in the yard. We have a very loose sandy soil here, and I just bury them in here. And so right here, this is an area that I buried them and actually harvested, and I missed some roots. And so we have some regrowth going on here. But I showed in another video how you can just chop off those vines, bury about 80% of that vine, and leave about 20% of the vine at the surface towards the end. And that vine will actually take root, which is crazy. And so it's very, very, very easy to propagate. If you're nervous about that, you can actually just cut the vine off, stick it in some water, watch the roots grow out of it, and then you can put it in. It'll be a little better established that way. But sweet potato, another tropical. It's going to grow during the warmer season. So once you get to the point where it's not going to freeze until the winter, plant it in the spring. And what's cool about here in Florida is these will actually overwinter underground. So once I put them in, they're going to just keep coming back, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. But in my opinion, that's a good thing. I put them in areas where my chickens go. Like here, let's go over there real quick. Right over here, I put a bunch in because my chickens are going to run over them, and my chickens like eating them. So I'm going to show you some of the sweet potatoes I've got going. Alright, we got to show off this zebra longwing real quick. It's on the chia, sucking out nectar. So that's just a bonus tip. That's a really great fall plant that blooms and provides some late season nectar for the butterflies. But back to sweet potatoes. So this is sweet potatoes. This is an area I'm going to bring chickens over, and so the chickens can come destroy this whole plant, all these vines, and the sweet potato will come back again. I don't have to replant it. And if I abuse them too much, they're going to quit coming back. But as long as I'm managing appropriately, these sweet potatoes will keep coming back. And this, and that, and that, and that, and that. All those little clusters of sweet potato vines were grown from cuttings. And so you literally just take a vine, you cut it, and then bury about 80%, leave about 20% towards the tip out of the ground, and you're going to be just fine. And the part that you bury, you can strip off the leaves as well. That's what I do. It just makes burying it a little bit easier. But amazing, amazing, amazing plant that is accessible just at the grocery store. Oh, and that zebra longwing's coming back for more. All right, these last two roots that you can just buy from the grocery store and grow are not tropical. They actually do not like warm weather. They like it cooler. So right now it's the fall in Florida. The temperature is dropping down. It's really not getting much above 80 or so, which is nice for us. And the lows are getting down 60s and 50s. Nice weather. And so this fruit you can grow is the onion. Imagine that. Any onion, red, yellow, white, doesn't matter. So here's all you do. Very simple. You don't even have to bury it. You can just dig a little depression, set it in there in the ground, and water it, forget about it, whatever, and it will grow. And I'm going to show you the proof of that. All right, you see this right here? So this is the top of the onion. You can see the top of the onion sticking out. It's just like that. And it's clearly growing. And actually, these are growing really well. I'm very impressed by this. And these are store-bought Vidalia onions, or yellow onions. And what's really cool is these 4 plants here came from one onion like this. And so as these grow and mature, they begin to split apart into separate onions. And then that's how we multiply onions, is they will naturally begin to split. I tear them apart and I replant them. And so I can take some of those splits off, eat them, whatever, and the rest just replant the next year. And so, I don't know, a week or two ago, I did a video on how I actually stored these in my crawl space over the summer, because they go dormant in the summertime. So these are just something really easy. Anybody can grow. If you notice you keep having onions start to rot or whatever, before they rot next time, just plant them in the ground somewhere. Find a little piece of ground and pull it back and put some onions in the ground. This next root, this is kind of the root that really got me started with just buying stuff from the grocery store and putting in the ground, because this garlic is awesome. You buy 1 clove of garlic, or 1 bulb, and there are about 10 cloves in here. And let's open it up real quick so you can see. All right, so here it is unwrapped, and you can see, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, there's like 12 in here. So there's like 12 cloves in here, and you're just gonna break them apart. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. There we go. Break them apart. Take a clove and look for your root end, which is this little flat section here, and you're gonna stick that down in the ground. And then you're gonna forget about it for a while and do the whole thing, plant them all, and all of a sudden you're gonna see them start coming up. So I've got some in my garden that I planted a few weeks ago, or actually, no, they were like a month ago, but they didn't come up until like a week ago. I'm gonna show you those popping up. It's very exciting. All right, so right here, kind of growing underneath my what do you call this, Everglades tomato, is my garlic. And so here's one, there's a tiny one, there's another one back here. Yeah, there's not a whole lot right now, just because this Everglades tomato is really taking sun away from them, but I'm expecting them to come up. There's a few more planted in there, but here it is, and you can see right under there, there's the clove, and it's putting roots in the ground and starting to come up. And I've got some more over here that I planted. Let's see here. Yeah, I just planted these yesterday, but as you can see, this is all it takes. You just want that bottom part to have contact with the ground. You don't have to be super particular and, you know, buried an inch under the ground. You just make a little depression, stick them in the ground, and they'll get some water, and then they'll grow. And it's really quite amazing. This is not one, this is just a skin. So there you go. Now, there's a couple reasons I like buying stuff from the grocery store and just growing it. For one, it's easy. I'm already at the grocery store. So I can basically just go buy seed at the grocery store, grow them out, and then later on, I don't have to buy as much from the grocery store. So I'm using the grocery store to actually promote my own food production. It's kind of crazy. Also, prices for this stuff at the grocery store as compared to like a seed place is way lower. It's a much better deal to grow it from the grocery store, in my opinion, because you just grow a few, and then from there you will propagate more. And when you propagate stuff yourself, it is free. It takes a little bit of time, but by and large, you're not spending any money, is what I mean. The other thing is the stuff at the grocery store is generally a variety that is highly productive. They're using this for commercial use, and so it's not going to be heirloom, and generally not going to be heirloom or non-GMO, organic, whatever. But it becomes organic and well, I don't think there's any GMO root crops, to be honest. I think that's just our grain and beans and stuff like that. I'm not sure about that. But you make it organic just by growing it yourself and replicating and producing off of that seed stock. So like my onions, those are the second generation for those onions to be growing. I grew them last year, and now I'm growing them this year, and each year I'm going to get more and more. And so I just started, really that was just one onion. I actually harvested and ate the rest of them, which I'm kind of regretting now. But I didn't know how to store stuff, and so I did an experiment. It worked, and now I could go to the store and buy a bag of them for like $2 or $3 and plant a whole bunch out, and then let me do some math real quick. I would have at least like 20 or 30 onions by the end of the year that I could save for seed next year. And then from there it's just exponential propagation. And that's what I like about this stuff. It's a lot of fun. So those are the reasons that I like to buy stuff at the grocery store, especially these root crops, grow them, because it's just like a never-ending cycle of growing and growing, and there's more and more productivity. So next time you're at the store, pick some of this stuff up, or if you got it in your produce basket at home, stick it in the ground and see what it does. I bet you it's gonna grow. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye. Good day, folks. Today I'm going to show you 4 different crops that I'm growing in my garden, and here's a sample of them here. And I'm going to tell you, bleh.